core. That's the foundation of it. So great block by her.
A seesaw affair as Brianna Anderson, the captain for OT, ties us up.
And mixed up the shot. She went right into the seam of the block that on the first time she got blocked. Now she goes after the 1-5 seam, not that 5-6 seam. So she's mixing up where she's swinging on the court.
It's a block party today here at the HP Fieldhouse.
So let's just say whoever controls the net might win the match. You know, whoever's going to take ownership of what happens at that front line is going to come out victorious, because there's a lot of big, powerful swingers, and blocking is going to be really important.
This the first set, a best of 3 to crown the 14 Open final champion. Asics Kiva, based out of Louisville, Kentucky. OT here at Orlando, Tampa. How about that over-the-top move?
And we knew Rice Lockett was going to be powerful in this match. We knew that she was going to be one of those go-to players, and so far, I always talk about activating the middle. It's really important to get the middles activated early in the match, because that frees up attacks on the outside pin players. Your pin players are going to get kind of the garbage sets. So the earlier that you get those middles in the match, the better opportunities you have for the outsides to get kills.
Timeout by OT. Let's listen in to the Kiva sideline.
Go for them. That's why it's so close. You can't serve them so. You get them out of system. We're in this match. All right. You let them have the ball at the net, they're just a little too big and powerful. So we got to keep them off, all right? Same way, you got to take that roll shot, try to do it somewhere other than 6. You know, and cut the ball back. You know, probably not going to score unless they do something wrong. But the idea, let's just don't make it easy for them, okay? Come on. Hey, he's crying about your throw there. So that's all right. Okay. Just keep it, but just don't get it back. Keep it in front of you, push. All right?
Telling it like it is, Ronald Cordes.
And he makes a good point. Before the match, he even told you that serving is going to be really a big thing for this. You can serve tough against good teams, force them out of system, and make them only have one option to play.
OT on the right of your screen with a white trim, Kiva on your left with a gray down the sides.
And so far, it's been a block party for Kiva. And then they add in the swings from Hendrickson. Chloe Osborne in the back row having the balance from Kaylee Hendrickson going down the line against a very good defender, Madison Martin. Look at this team. They're so excited to be here.
Energy through the rooftop.
Yes.
And now a 4-point lead for Asics Kiva.
And disciplined blocking leads to errors like that. You're making the attackers overthink what they're doing. So you're going to force the ball out of bounds just because your team's done their job at the net. Those are little things that separate good teams and great teams.
And here comes OT on the comeback. Anna Julia Bleeker.
And expect OT to be tricky.
Look at the libero, Yulidi Torres.
That's just a great spot. Sees that the block is coming from the left side, so the left front blocker, Brianna Anderson, or I'm sorry, you have Bleeker coming on that left side blocker. She's coming into shade on that ball to double block the middle. That leaves that 4 zone or that left front zone completely open. Great swing by the middle.
Another kill from Madison Rice Lockett. And here we go. 0-2 heating up from the left side. Bleeker once again. Let's get another look. Hope you didn't blink.
Great swing by Bleeker. That set was a little bit inside, so she just stayed with it. Swung on that cross-court shot.
Look out for Madison Rice Lockett.
And this is a great rotation for Kiva because they have Chloe Osborne in the front row and Madison Rice Lockett in the front row. So this is definitely a rotation that they want to stay in as long as possible. It's one of their better scoring rotations.
Isabella Klee to serve.
Oh, great dig.
(14-9), Asics Kiva.
And OT is such a disciplined team. Their makeup is to get what they call that first ball kill. So for them to have points, point after point scored on them, very uncharacteristic. So props to Asics Kiva for playing such awesome defense.
Able to track that one down.
And great swing by Bleeker. She's so experienced. She knows that she has that block in front of her. She did get blocked a few times, but she's made the right adjustments to react to that big block. She goes into the back row now. But that was a good adjustment in the front row for those 3 rotations.
Had a look at the nearly all pink fan section for OT.
Watch it down. Oh, wow. This is just great volleyball. Back and forth transition, great defense by Asics Kiva. I think that's a big surprise for me right now. They're responding so well on defense overall, not just blocking at the net, but they're digging up a very, very efficient, powerful team in OT 14. Now, don't rule out OT right now. They are an experienced team, but so far, defensively, Asics Kiva has had their number.
Another solid dig.
Oh, great dig.
Osborne.
Is she tired yet? She's had like 5 swings in this rally.
Amaya Thomas has been a roadblock for her. And Anderson puts it into the long rally.
And that's where we've really seen Anderson develop. She's such a powerful hitter that the in rally or in transition points that she normally would have erred on in the past few years, she's really developed that skill and has created more of a defensive approach to those rotation plays and scores a lot of points because of it.
Did you see how high she got?
Yeah,
oh,
she's
wow.
pretty athletic. I mean, it's fine. She's probably dunk on me, but she's great. Oh, huge block.
Anderson again. A 3-point ball game now.
Huge block. You can see Faith Rachel's a little bit off balance. She drops that right shoulder, so she's automatically losing an inch or so in her arm swing. And a good block. Good blockers will stuff that all day.
OT on the run. 15-13. And a timeout on the floor. Let's listen in with the OT head coach, Felix Vieira.
That's not acceptable.
Listen,
not let them out hustle.
no matter what, where you guys going to swing the ball, everyone is 25 feet. Everyone is 25 feet. At least get one ball over the block. Everyone moves deep. Okay? Try to change the moment, you guys.
Like, nobody's
Right?
not hustling.
Hey, about the middle. Listen. About the middle. 3 blow, we leave off corner and the tip. And 3 blow with her. And the middle back stay at 18 feet with her, okay? Go.
How cool is that, Aaron? I feel like
awesome.
I'm right there in the huddle.
Yeah. And what he's telling them is that the defense for Asics Kiva is super deep, so you can't just swing powerfully at them. That's why they're digging so well. They're getting back to that defensive point, their perimeter defense. So if you want to score against them right now, you kind of have to mix up the shots and keep it tricky.
Kiva comes out with a kill. Right up the gut, it's Ainsley Clark.
And that's a great first ball kill. Good pass. You get the middle in early. One blocker coming from the incorrect side, so she has that whole half of the court to swing on. That's a great first ball kill and a good side out.
Asics Kiva on the left of your screen. There's Faith Rachel. You can tell the difference. They've got gray going down the sides. OT will be on the right of your screen with a white trim. This is the first set, a best of 3 for the 14 Open final. We're playing to 25 here in the first 2 sets. Should we reach the third, we'll move to 15. Here's Rachel. Anderson dialing up the heat.
Yeah, that ball looks out. It's coming so fast, it's hard to tell, to be honest.
Well, the referees couldn't tell at first. They wanted to look and clarify with either side. No one wanted to make the decision.
They called it out. I think that's the right call. I think that's the right call. It looked like it was about 6 inches out. But again, it comes so fast. Ooh. I mean, you can't even see it. You can't even see where it lands. It goes so fast.
Another point for Asics Kiva.
One thing you see a lot is you don't see a lot of service aces and you don't see a lot of service errors. These girls are super disciplined in their techniques.
3 straight points for Asics Kiva following the timeout as OT calls the timeout. What's the message here if you're OT using this little mini run here for Asics Kiva?
You know, that's a great question. I think it's more about settling down. I think that when you have a team that's playing very emotionally like Kiva is, which they should be because they're playing fantastic, I think that you have to tell your team as Coach Felix Vieira, hey, we just need to kind of ride out the storm, stay consistent in your emotions, get a little bit better passing, run the options you have, and then from there, the match will kind of dictate itself. But these girls have faced all of these trials and tribulations throughout the season. You know, they've been down, they've faced all of it. So it's really exciting to see both teams kind of be at this point because it's a great point to be. That's a great dig.
And OT gains the point from the right side.
And that's really one of the first activations we've seen for OT to use the middle. They've been forcing the ball to the outside, but as you can see, the defense isn't settled because the Kiva defense isn't settled because they haven't seen that attack at all. So that might be one of those strategies that OT takes in. Let's get those middles going as quickly as we can.
Anna Kate Harrington now helping out with back-to-back points for OT. Just a little dump off there by Brianna Anderson. And now how about that timeout for Felix Vieira?
Yeah, great timing. Serve has really been the key for this run here. And really one of the first, if not the first, service errors of the entire match so far, and the entire set so far.
Well, unfortunately for OT, the timing of that statement was perfect, though.
Yeah.
Chloe Osborne, the captain, serving.
Oh, great dig. That's a great set, too.
And Asics Kiva now up to 25 points away from capturing the first set of the 14 Open final.
And what Chloe Osborne can't do at the front line, she's doing on that back row. Getting right underneath that ball. Look at the dig location. Doesn't make Faith Rachel move too much. Great setting choice to go to Olivia Fish in the back row. And another big point for Asics Kiva.
Off the deflection, 21-16. Osborne again on the serve. And it's little things like that. When you're out of system,
you're forcing your setter to do something uncomfortable. She's trying to force that ball all the way to the outside when she's on her heels. She's losing her body position. You have to get the pass there. Oh, great spot.
What a run by Asics Kiva. They can smell it now, 23-16.
And give them credit, they did not lose much steam after that big run by OT. That's just a great shot in the corner. Defense had rotated over to give the setter away. Look at that dig, that's amazing.
24-16. And Asics Kiva fans are loving it. Osborne now with set point. And Asics Kiva runs away with the first set, 25-16, on the shoulders of their captain, Chloe Osborne. This is the third time these teams have met. OT has taken the first two. Asics Kiva, though, picks the momentum here with a set one dominating win.
And it was really all about the blocking and the serving for Kiva. They controlled the net and they had great serving.
Set two coming up. Can OT rally back, or will Asics Kiva capture the 14 Open final? We'll find out next from the ESPN Wide World of Sports.
Hey, ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Vamos. Habla más.
Ready? Ready.
The Junior NBA World Championship. 32 elite boys and girls teams from around the globe will compete
For a chance to be named Junior NBA World Champions.
The Junior NBA World Championship. Get ready.
Ready on three. In, up, set, ready.
The ESPN Wide World of Sports complex is a cutting-edge multi-sport facility.
Leads the way for Godai to the 10, 5, touchdown USA.
Athletes from over 70 countries compete in more than 60 different sports, all at the center of the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida.
Blocked at the net, and there it is.
Our returning champion has done it again.
For more information, visit ESPNWWOS.com.
ESPN Plus. Thousands of live events. Exclusive releases. The entire 30 for 30 collection. Available on the ESPN app and ESPN.com. All of this and more exclusively on ESPN Plus. Start your free trial now.
Asics Kiva took the opening set thanks to a two-headed monster, Aaron.
And Chloe Osborne really was all over the court. She looked like she was going to wear herself out in the first 3 points of the match, but stayed really aggressive and was consistent for this team at the service line and at the front row. And then you have Rice Lockett, who they activated really early and freed up option for their pin players. Because of the work that she did, Faith Rachel and Chloe Osborne were able to get good swings on the outside because she was a workhorse in the middle, making that middle blocker for OT just hesitate that little second. So good balance of those two in the front row.
And for those joining us today, this 14 Open final isn't the first game of the day for either of these squads. This is the third game of the day, and this is the end of a long week for each of these teams. They're not at 100% energy and health, but you wouldn't know with the effort they've given thus far.
And these girls have been playing in tournaments all year. You know, they're finally accustomed to it and the season's over. You know what I mean? So this is the road that they've taken, and they're, you know, even though that they're tired and they're burnt out maybe a little bit from the season, they're re-energized because they're playing for something big. They're playing for a national championship.
That set loss for OT, the first of its run here at the 2018 AAU Junior Girls Volleyball National Championships. First set loss, and it comes here in the final round.
Now, how will they respond? That's a great question. Teams that haven't faced adversity don't know how to deal with it sometimes. So how will OT respond into the second set? We will just have to serve and find out.
The teams have switched sides, so now Asics Kiva is on your right with the gray trim down the side, and OT is on your left with the white trim near the bottom of the base of the jersey. And OT comes right back.
And really the first swing we've seen from Valerie Rosado. She's been a little bit quiet throughout that first set, but unloads on that ball, swings nice and high, goes down the line. Great touch by the libero, but just not enough to get or slow down that power from Rosado.
One of 4 new players on the team here in 2018. Anderson, the captain, with the serve.
It almost looked like Faith Rachel wasn't ready for that set. She didn't get back to her point. She didn't have that full explosive approach on that attack, and as a result, forced that ball out of bounds. Nice high swing off the hands. Great shot. It's the hardest shot to read in volleyball when you go high off those hands because it can change direction at the last second. You don't know where it's going to land, where the trajectory is going to be.
Second kill for Rosado here in the second set. Look at this tempo by OT to open up the second set.
And that's a switch. We saw that Asics Kiva was dominating the net in the first set. And all of a sudden, Rosado coming to the front line, they may have made a lineup change to get her in that front row fast to block this exchange. Because so far, she has been unstoppable.
Anna Kate Harrington with her third block. Now 4 for OT, and we just saw 3 for Asics Kiva. Six to 1. You said, how will OT respond after dropping its first set of its entire AAU tournament run? Here's your answer right now.
And I really do think that they made that lineup change to have Rosado in the front row and put Bleeker in the back row first.
All we're doing today is crowning champions. This won't be the only title that we'll hand out today. Following this, 15 open finals set for an 8 p.m. tip-off here from the ESPN Wide World of Sports. This is like a volleyball national holiday today.
Yeah, it should be. The whole city should shut down.
I'll pass that along to the mayor's office, and we'll see what we can do.
It's one of the biggest events that comes to Central Florida every year. It's a staple here. We've been able to see it kind of evolve into what it is now. It started off to be just a little bit of a tournament, and then with the help of volleyball directors from OVA at the time, they've helped build the AAU tournament to be as robust as it is. So we are experiencing a lot of years of building and hard work.
This is the Guinness record for the world's largest volleyball event. It's been that way since 2012. 7-1 OT. Anderson seems like she's been serving for the past hour.
Yeah, just hang out back there. Oh, under the net. Whoa, yeah, she was way under the net. So a lot of times they won't call that as long as it doesn't impede on the play or risk anybody of injury. But unfortunately, Melina's whole entire body was under that net, slid under. It did impact the player.
You can see Faith Rachel having to move out of the way.
Yeah. We're lucky nobody got hurt.
And back-to-back points here for Asics Kiva. Isabella Cleese serve.
They're forcing the ball to Rosado. She's been lights out so far. It makes sense for them to keep going back to her. Great defense on both sides, though.
More of the block party for OT. Fans are loving it.
And that's how to force teams out of the system very well. When you force them to only have one option, it makes it easy for a block with Rosado and Harrington to come up and close it and make that block look easy.
This the second set of the 14 Open final. Asics Kiva won the opener. Playing a best of 3 here from the HP Fieldhouse, as OT makes it a 9-3 lead.
The rotation matchups are so much better for OT in this round because they have their better blocker, Amaya Thomas, against one of the better attackers for Asics Kiva and Rice Lockett. So the matchups have worked out really well and worked out in OT's favor.
Asics Kiva comes right back with a kill by Madison Rice Lockett. And Cordes getting in some coaching points. How about this second set for Valeria Rosado, Aaron?
They are forcing the ball to her, and in that first set, I don't think we called her name once, but the passing has become better, so they're able to get the ball to that right side. That's just a great play. Good read by Faith Rachel, though. She saw that the tip was there, but that's just heads-up play by Rosado to push it right over her head.
A throwdown by Amaya Thomas. Open spot in the court, Ainsley Clark finds it.
And that's all you have to do is just take 1 second to read the defense in the block. That's a triple block there. Even though Bleeker didn't jump, she's still showing that she's going to. So great read by Clark to go right into that 2 zone.
It looks so hard from here. When do you have the time? When are you making that read?
So it's ball, setter, ball attack. Okay, so you're finding the ball, you're finding where your hitter is, you're looking at the ball, looking at the block, and then attacking. I don't remember now, but all of that happens in a split second. So a lot of coaches, especially elite coaches, will train your eyes as you attack. They'll put up like big postcards with colors and shapes on it, and you have to call out what's on that card before you attack the ball. So they train you to look at the block before you go up and swing. And obviously, as you get more advanced and you get more along in the fundamentals of volleyball, the better you are at reading that.
Then they have like math equations.
Yeah, algebra. Solve this while you're jumping.
Clark again for Asics Kiva.
And the middle blocker should be protecting that side of the court. Remember, the right back is where the setter is playing defense. So if I'm Amaya Thomas, I'm stepping 1 more step to the right and forcing the attacker to go to the left back. My libero, which is my best defender on the court.
Serve is wide and a point for OT. Torres the libero.
And another great swing by Ainsley Clark. It's so good that all of these teams, we don't see a lot of the same players from the first set, right? Because the defenses have responded to those attacks. Now we're seeing other players come alive. We're seeing Rosado. Now we have Ainsley Clark, who just had 3 huge points in a row.
4th kill of the set for Clark. And Kiva's mounting a comeback. Anderson splits the back row.
It's really hard to defend somebody or block somebody that like hits over the block a lot. So as a defender, it's so frustrating to play against players like that because you don't know where to read. They can change up the location of the swing every single time and they don't have to worry about the block. As long as the set is there, that will be Brianna Anderson. She will always hit over the block.
That time a denial of Anderson.
And they've made the switch. They put Brianna Anderson on the right side, and Valeria Rosado is now swinging on the left-hand side. Just drops it. See how she dropped that elbow and then tried to make that swing? She needs to keep that elbow nice and high, attack that ball at the highest point, and that's where she's going to get that really nice point of contact. Big blocks, you can't try to roll shot through. You know that Rice Lockett's been at that net, been super disciplined. You cannot try to roll shot through her. You have to roll shot over her, deep into the court, make the defense work for it.
There's Felix Vieira looking on. This team owns a 15-11 lead, trying to force a decisive set 3. Anderson serve.
And good blocks will force players to hit out of the court. So good block set up by OT forced a really efficient hitter, Madison Rice Lockett, to go out of bounds. Oh, good battle. Great dig.
17-11, OT leads.
It's the right swing by Faith Rachel, but she's turning her arm swing and her shoulders as she's taking that swing. She has to pick one or the other. As she swings, she's crunching down. She's using that line arm swing. She's coming across her body, and she's turning her shoulders. Pick one, and that ball goes in.
Here in set 2 of the 14 Open final between OT and Asics Kiva. OT with Orlando, Tampa, Asics Kiva based in Louisville, Kentucky. As Asics ran away with the first set, owning the ball on the right side of your screen with the gray trim on the jerseys. OT on your left with the white trim.
And Harrington getting a kill before she rotates out. She's been working really hard at that net, moving laterally to block well, set up the block well so her defense can play around her. It's good that she can get a kill in before she goes off to the sideline. And that's the swing that's going to beat this defense. Swing high over that block. Swing nice and high, you're going to get those deep corners. Good teams like OT have that shallow area covered on those ones, so the deeper in the court you go. Look at the change in arm swing. Swings nice and high, goes back for that 5 seam, that 5 right corner. It's going to be nice and high, very hard to defend.
Valeria Rosado picks up the kill. And the air makes it a 5-point game. We're playing to 25 here in the second set. And the winning team must win by at least 2. Clark kept it in.
And a net violation certainly helps put the seal on that point. Great job by Ainsley Clark. Again, you should be defending that side of the court. Defend your setter. Force the ball to the libero or the left back.
Not more than a couple inches to spare. Anna Julia Bleeker. Here with the OT serve. Another kill for Clark.
Look at Clark. Like, where did she come from? I love it. She's playing so well. Mixing up her shots. She read the block that time, saw that there was one-on-one. She wanted to go left back. Great swing.
Great crowd looking on today here at the HP Fieldhouse in set 2 as we've got a timeout on the floor. Asics took game 1. Kiva trying to rally back here in game 2 behind Ainsley Clark. And look at her stuff in the stat sheet, Aaron.
7 kills, 2 blocks, 1 dig. It's the timing of those kills that isn't a stat. She tends to be the person that will get the point when they need to rally out or get that first ball kill. She's been awesome at helping her team get the serve back and score some points.
6 of her 7 kills have occurred here in the second set. Seems to be Rosado Clark. Clark back and forth.
And then the first set, it was Rice Lockett, Osborne, and Brianna Anderson, and Amaya Thomas. You know, it's just like, it's so spread out. Everybody, well-balanced teams will have everybody have a stat. You know what I mean? They're not one-dimensional. They're spreading their offense around. They're making sure people see a lot of points or seeing a lot of attacks all over the court.
A block for OT. Now 3 points away from capturing the second set. Listen in. How much does that help you as a player, having that great fan support behind you?
It's awesome, especially when you have home court advantage. You know, we're right down the street from OT headquarters, and so it's always awesome to have other teams and have the parents there. Makes it for such an awesome experience.
2 straight points for OT following the break in action. Trying to force a decisive set 3.
Great swing.
Here's Anderson. But out of bounds. And his soft touch works for Anderson that go around. As OT has found itself now at set point. Naya Molina to serve. But look at the energy from Madison Rice Lockett.
And she's just not ready for this match to be over yet. That's some great energy to take into this third set if it gets to that point.
Brown gets it over. And OT claims set 2, 25-18. And we will have a decisive third set to claim the 14 Open national champion. One more look at the deciding point.
It just looks like Rice Lockett gets that left hand at the top of the tape.
Asics Kiva took the opening set. OT battles back for set 2, so the first to 15 will determine the 14 Open national title here from the ESPN Wide World of Sports.
Experience running through Disney theme parks when you participate in a Run Disney race weekend. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced runner, Run Disney has a distance for everyone from 5Ks to marathons. And with some amazing race weekend themes like Star Wars and classic Disney, you'll be cheered on by some real characters. Looking for your next finisher medal? Visit rundisney.com to learn more.
Hey, ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Vamos. Habla más.
Darla.
Ready? Ready.
The Junior NBA World Championship. 32 elite boys and girls teams from around the globe will compete
for a chance to be named Junior NBA World Champions.
The Junior NBA World Championship. Get ready.
Ready on 3. In, on, set, ready.
Disney Soccer Tournaments presented by AS Roma provides players of all ages and skill levels the opportunity to compete against athletes from across the U.S. and around the world. From 3v3 youth tournaments to elite showcase events with hundreds of college coaches in attendance, playing soccer at the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex has something for everyone. To find out how you can play here, visit DisneySoccer.com.
Asics Kiva and OT have each battled with one set victory, thanks to different stars here today. Lately, for OT, it was Valerie Rosado in the second set, putting on quite the show, Aaron.
And Rosado and Anderson actually made the switch in the front row, so they put Rosado on the outside, and it was one of the best things they could do. She was on fire in the first 2 points and helped OT separate before that 10-point mark from Asics Kiva, who did such a good job of staying in the match and then obviously winning that first set. And so having Rosado back in that front row scoring a lot of points was the big difference maker early on in the match, and Asics Kiva just couldn't catch up.
Ainsley Clark for Asics Kiva had an incredible second set. She was on fire.
And she kept this team in the match. Every time that they needed a big side-out point, they went to Clark, and she was able to execute. Only one error in that set, and it happened late in the match, but 6 of her 7 kills came in that second set, and she was just on fire.
There's a look at Clark as we head into the third and final set to determine the 14 Open national champion. Asics Kiva out of Louisville, Kentucky. Orlando, Tampa 14. Sitting on the left side of your screen with a white trim. Asics Kiva on your right with a gray trim. Anna Kate Harrington has been a wall up the middle throughout this afternoon.
In the first set, it was all about Asics Kiva at the net, and then here comes OT. A little bit too far off the net, but they're probably trying to avoid those net errors, but great block by Harrington.
2-0 OT. So same scoring as the first 2 sets. However, here in the third, we're playing to 15. Rice Lockett. Every time OT seems to want to get a big spurt of scoring, there she is right there for an answer for Asics Kiva.
Yeah, and they need her to get activated in this. They rely a lot on her energy and a lot on her emotions, so if she can keep performing like that, Asics Kiva has a good shot.
She's up to 7 kills now. Isabella Klee. Look at the celebration for Asics Kiva. Chloe Osborne and Madison Rice-Lockett with a double team.
When you have such a powerhouse like Brianna Anderson and being able to shut her down effectively on that front row is a big deal, especially in this third set. You cannot let anybody, I mean, it's impossible to not let anybody score, but you cannot let anybody break through the momentum that you have. But then here comes Rosado, who's just been lights out on the outside. That's a great coaching change by Felix Vieira, putting her on the outside, letting her take those rips on the left-hand side, because she's been a huge, huge offensive powerhouse for OT.
And a violation gives OT the lead. Ronald Cordes, head coach of Asics Kiva, looking on. He's been in this title round 5 of the last 6 years, including today's match. Title number 1, though, been elusive for him.
And Chloe Osborne was such a huge element to this Kiva offense in the first set, getting her first kill, really, since that first set. They're going to rely on her a lot as well if they want to win the race to 15. Oh, great shot. Totally inside. That ball's 5 and 5, so it's 5 feet in, 5 feet off the net. Is able to cut that ball back line. Look at her wrist. She keeps that thumb nice and high, finishes down that line shot off the hands. Extremely elite level swing right there.
Chloe Osborne, the captain, with a point. And here we are tied up once more, 5-5. Madison Martin on the serve. Miss Rosado, have yourself a ball game. Let's look at what she's done today.
I'm pretty sure all 6 kills, or 5 of those 6 kills came in that second set.
Her nemesis on the other side,
yeah.
Ainsley Clark, coming right back for Asics Kiva.
And every time you think that you have the matchup figured out, here she comes. Great seam, triple block showing. Just cuts it at the last second through the one seam that's in that block. That is a great set by Naya Molina. She is almost 25 feet into the court. You think she's going to go 4 on that. Forces the ball back to her powerhouse, Rosado, who just unloads down the line.
Rosado's turn on the serve. And look at the get up for Naya Molina.
Every time a setter has the opportunity to swing, they want to. That's an awesome swing by Molina. Everybody on the team's excited because she gets to dish out that offense. She doesn't normally get that kill stat, so fun day for her. Great swing.
After the 8th point, the teams switch sides. So now OT, we can see that white trim. It'll be on the right of your screen. Asics Kiva on the left with the gray down the sides.
As you can see, fans and parents switching sides as well. It's very important.
Curious how some of those conversations go down in those switches.
Yeah, I know, right? Are they talking? Are they talking back and forth? Let's hope not. Let's hope it's civil, you know. They are 14.
Here in the 3rd and final set for the 14 Open National title, 1st to 15.
Great job on defense. Even though there was no touch on that block, Olivia Fish channeled that ball out of bounds. She took away the bigger side of the court and forced the attack from Amaya Thomas to try to go to that left back where there was only a little bit of court.
Chloe Osborne with the ace.
Oh, tough serve.
Anderson with a dig.
Oh, wow. What a play. Oh, wow. Great. Oh, my gosh. Look at her. I love her. Oh, my gosh. Look at her. Olivia Fish, just like whatever. That's just another day in the park. So active at the net.
3 straight points for Asics Kiva to regain the lead after a long rally.
And Ainsley Clark had 2 awesome swings into that rotation and had that awesome block. What a good job at the net.
Who is more smart in the game? All right, the third game, you can't accept long rally. Just one, yeah, at least just one inside out. And now we stay, move the middle and slide, and you 3-2. Swing and some 2 is empty. Maya, don't stop, keep going. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's Felix Vieira, OT's head coach. You just heard it from him right there. You can't allow rallies here in the third and final set because it's such a short game going to 15.
And he's so good at reading the team. He's telling the setters what offensive options are going to work. So he wants to run a 32 wave. So that pulls Bleeker in a little bit farther inside, gives her a different view on the court, on the defense, and then run the slide, but they have to get the pass first.
4 straight for Asics Kiva.
And the beauty of like 100 teams being in here is that your other teams will come and watch you play.
After these teams have switched sides of the court, Asics Kiva is loving this left side. The captain, Chloe Osborne, still to serve. A fantastic day for her. Her second ace of the third set. And timeout on the floor. You can see Ronald Cordes just calming his team down.
To give us anything. We go after, just do what you're doing right here. All right, be ready to play. Get yourself outside and swing. Great swing over there. All right, let's keep it up. All right, come on, let's go.
He's just like the coolest, like most calm and collected person. I think it's because he's seen everything. You know, like he knows how to respond and he knows how to kind of. I always say volleyball is it's a roller coaster game. So whoever can kind of minimize the distance between the peaks and the valleys in emotion and play will always come out victorious. He's gonna be the guy that keeps you on that even keel as much as possible, even when you are 3 points away from winning a national championship.
Ronald Cordes, not only the head coach, the club director as well, also coaches in high school at Assumption High School in Louisville, Kentucky. And OT looking to get back into this game. Amaya Thomas up the gut. When these teams switched sides, the score was OT 8, Asics Kiva 6. It's how much momentum has completely changed in this game. But certainly not over yet.
And that's why passing is so important against a huge block with Amaya Thomas. You have to get the pass there so you don't have people. Look how she waited. She was able to camp out there. She didn't have to move at all. You have to get a good pass so that you force her to move laterally and not let her set up on that block.
Let's listen in once again to Coach Vieira.
Bring, stay. And then you can run in slide on B. breathe. Make a hard swing, guys. Right, we've been covered inside. Just one player in 20 feet. Right? Let's go.
Every ball on defense.
Let's go. Oh, just believe, guys. Hey, just believe. Let's go. Believe. Go.
The intensity palpable here at the HP Fieldhouse for the third and decisive set for the 14 Open Final. OT trying to go back-to-back, while Asics Kiva looks for its first title here in the 14s for head coach Ronald Cordes.
And just like that, volleyball it's the craziest game ever. But it's so fun. I love this level of competition. This is what makes it fun.
All.
It's all about the pass right now.
Timeout for Asics Kiva.
But fight hard, do not quit.
Guys, that's the last 3 points. Right, guys. It's not tomorrow, guys. It's right now. Don't see the ball. Whatever the ball going, get the ball. Right? Please, open in the corner with the middle. Stay outside the block. Let's go.
I've got chill bumps here.
I know. He's like, just, there's so many different styles of coaching, and we're seeing kind of the two opposite ends of the spectrum, right? You have Felix Vieira, who's super emotional, he's super involved, and then you've got Ronald Cordes, who's just like, let's just like play it out. Like, let's just see how the match goes. And it's so cool to see that both styles get you to this elite player. It's the chemistry that you build around you that helps you. It's so awesome to see, and I love to see the passion of these girls and playing at such a high level.
Best crowd we've seen today. It's only added this atmosphere.
Oh, great shot. Great dig.
That's Anderson with the save.
Middle.
Rice Lockett puts Asics Kiva at match point.
Good digs lead to good transition points. So you have to give credit to Asics Kiva's defense for getting a dig that would allow their setter, Faith Rachel, to give it to the middle. It's all about teamwork.
OT won't go down without a fight. Brianna Anderson trying to pull her team to back-to-back national titles.
And now OT has Rosado in the front row. That's what you want to avoid if you were Kiva, but you have a first ball kill to win. So good pass can win you a national championship.
Still match point for Asics Kiva here in the third and final set for the 14 Open. Therese in the serve.
Great pass. And they give it to her.
Third time is the charm. Asics Kiva defeats OT. Giving it its first set losses of this tournament. And Asics Kiva gives Ronald Cordes his first national title with the 14s. A look again at the national championship point by none other than Rice Lockett. And the celebration is on in Louisville, Kentucky. It doesn't get any better than that. Asics Kiva, the 14 Open National Champions. What a match, Aaron.
I mean, that was one of the best matches. I think we've been doing this for 4 years. That's one of the best matches I think we've seen. Super balanced. Both teams just played lights out. I mean, on the edge of our seat on that set point, we're both like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen? That's what the sport's all about, and that's what this tournament's all about. One of the best matches I've seen.
Here's a look at the final numbers from today's 3-set thriller.
And really, what was the big differentiator? Obviously, a lot of aces on the Asics Kiva side, none for OT, but everything else was pretty balanced. 11 digs, 9 digs, 27 kills, 23 kills. It was who controlled the tempo, who controlled the net that did a really good job. And I mean, that was one of the closest matches I think I've ever seen. It was just very well played by both sides.
So many stars on the court today, Aaron, but it was the play of the captain for Asics Kiva, Chloe Osborne, that stood out the most.
And very low error. Yes, she might not have had a lot of kills in that second set and maybe in the early of the third set, but what she did well is she stayed consistent throughout the match. Very low error volleyball, kept the team emotionally stable, led them at the service line. It was off of her back that they stayed consistent and emotionally even-keeled. They did a great job around her.
Asics Kiva, the 14 Open National Champions, here over OT 14. An incredible season for both of these teams, and an all-timer here at the HP Fieldhouse. For our entire ESPN production crew, my partner Aaron Campbell, I'm Nolan Alexander saying thanks for joining us here from ESPN's Wide World of Sports. Stick around though, we'll crown a 15 Open National Champion here at 8 o'clock.